right. Good morning, Trey. Good morning, Randy Hill. Good morning, everybody else who's here today. It is the coffee run, first one after Christmas, and hey, Gargoyle's here too. Good morning to you as well. Let's get going here. So as you know, I'll put a new intro out here pretty soon for this. But yeah, last 6 months, whatever, we turned on this table 10 grand to 100 grand by money management discipline, decent play, good throwing by me, of course. Now we're taking the 100 grand and we're going to use that as leverage. We're going to go out every day, take the 100K, right? Take $5,000 a day, try and win $500, right? We're going to try and just win on the daily kind of thing here and see if we can't get it done. So far, now I've been doing this for a couple of months since that big win, or since the build-up win anyway, and I haven't been tracking it. So we're probably about, I don't know, we were probably about 15-5 or whatever. I have to actually go back and look. Anyway, I started tracking again a couple weeks ago. So since the tracking restarted, we're 4-1. So 4-1, up a little bit of money. Nothing to write home about yet. We had one kind of ugly loss there, but yeah, so far so good. What I've been doing is going out there every day with the horsemen, for the most part. Starting out little don't pass, couple combats, just kind of feel the table out, and then I go out with my regular bet. So it's a good kind of safe way that usually ties up or down $100 or whatever, just to kind of get a feel for my throw. And then I'll go in and get heavy with it. Since you can't practice at a casino, it's a good way to do it. Do we don't? Somebody said to me once, go to the casino, put a do we don't out there and just throw for half an hour. Not a bad idea if a casino will take the bet. A lot of casinos aren't even taking that bet anymore. So anyway, here we go. Let's get after it here. I'm going to run up. Let's get the light on so you have a little better look at that beautiful layout of mine. And let's go. Move the iPad down. I'm going to refresh that screen. Grab those awesome casino tier reds over here, and let's see. We'll take $500, and we will do this. There's 5 blacks. We'll do 2 on the don't, right there. 3 combats after that. Whatever this $500 does, it does. If it wins the whole paycheck, we're good, right? If it doesn't win the paycheck or wins part of it, we'll adjust our right side play following that. So that said, here we go. Little hard way set to get things going. Hope that we are throwing well today. Looking for softer spins, man. Remember last week I was kind of complaining because my throw was spinning them way too hard for some reason. I don't know what it was, but I could not get those nice, juicy, soft landings. And I worked a little bit yesterday, so hopefully we can get this dialed in today. It's a little better. It's a hard 4, 2-2. So I'm following in Joe's footsteps today. We're going to be all hard ways today. All hard ways. There's the hard 4. Little scary throw for me there because when I throw a hard way set that turns into a hard way for me, that's actually the worst possible thing. Most people look at a hard way set different than I do when they're stacked. And my hard way set stacked turns into something that are both dice are off. That's kind of bad news. Here we go. Let's put that in. 2-2, and here we go. That looks like a 6, 4, and 2. Oh, that rolled. That's a 2. There we go. 4, 2, 6. That combat moves up. Again, we're still in great shape here for the 7. Obviously, that's why we do it this way. Get those 3 combat set, start knocking them down. We'll be in great shape moving forward. So let's see. All right. Nice and soft. A little bit. Still landing a little bit cockeyed. That's a 3 though. Ace deuce. That sucks. We lose this. Lose that one. Bummer. And again, I'm not loving what I'm seeing on the result here. 2-1. Okay. This will be a better throw. That's better. Much better. That's an 8. Okay, cool. So we have, we're in really good shape at it. We have a don't pass on the 4, and let's get it done on the 6 and 8 here. So that's actually okay. We can come out of here still ahead if things go well. So let's set her up here. little kiss of the dice. It's a 10, 6, 4. It's going to work our way through the box, I guess, right? We're going to just hit every number once. One of those days, right? All right, let's do it. Give me a 6, give me an 8, Johnny. Give me a 6, give me an 8. That's a better toss. It's a 5. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to hit every number once, and then we're going to have a you-know-what, right? 3, 2, 5. That's okay. It's okay. Hit them all once. So I just need the aces now for the small, it looks like. Yeah, how funny. I see Joe's here. Good morning, Joe. And Dylan is here. Dylan is singing songs out there. Awesome. That's awesome. Here we go. Let's get this. Let's give me a 6. I really liked how those looked in the air. That is a 6, 4, 2. Those looked good flying. They didn't land great, but they looked good. Just got to get that softness back. Anyway, that 6 comes down, and we get paid $100, and we'll just let it sit. Let it sit. Worst case scenario here, we lose a few $100. We got something back off the table at least, right? That was a 4-2, right? 4-2. Here we go. Seven. Okay. Did not get. If we would have had the 8, it would have been nice to have the 8 repeat. But as it turns out, we lose the 8. We win on the don't. Come back to the rack, and what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We started with and $100 in profit. So we survive. Get warmed up a little bit. Kind of know what we're doing with the toss, and now it's time to go out there and make some money. So we'll take our $2,000 with 200 change and go 1,800 across. Get our 2 hits and run like hell. Okay, here we go. That puck is off. Let's put the 7 in. And then I'll reset the roll tracker, and we'll get our next shooter going. Okay, here we go. Coming out. Coming out. Nice and soft, John. Nice and soft. That's a 6, 5, 1. Or no, it's 7, 4, 5, 2. Thought it was a 1. 5, 2. Okay. Here we go. That's a 9, 6, 3. Let's move that puck over here where it belongs. 6, 3, 9. All right. Let's get her on. Let's get it on. A little drawdown action here, huh? Seven. Oh my God. We just PSO. That sucks so bad. Golly. That was a great toss too. 6-1-7. All right, we're gonna stay out there. I'll take another 2K out of the rack. 200 and change. Same bet. 1,800 across. Let's make it work. I'm gonna get these actually as purples. Put them back in the rack. Let's do it again. Not good. Good throw, but not a good result. Not a good result. All right, let's do it. Coming out. That puck should be off. Don't let it distract you. Here we go. Five. All right, the game is back. 3, 2, 5. Let's go. We have to do a drawdown, but we have to double the levels up here. We have to go down slower than we're used to going down. Here we go. If we burn it, we burn it, right? 3. Doesn't matter. Not a great throw. They fluttered that time. 2-1. Good vibes only out there, folks. I need to get this money back. I need to get it back. Here we go. Oh my God, what a huge bounce that was. There's the 2 that rolled over. That's a 2. And that's a 6. That's okay. 6-2, and that'll be 350 on the win. 350. And again, we got to draw down after a couple hits. What I'm going to do is make my 8 look like 450. Make my 6 also look like 450. We'll take $50 back. And that's it. We're going to take the whole thing, put it back out there. We need to draw down slow here. 2 hits per level, and I've got to bump them up a little bit to kind of make this thing work. So, all right, let's go. Let's make her happen. A little press up to come down kind of drawdown. There's a 9. 5 and a 4. That's good. That'll pay 420. Here's the 420. Make the 9 and the 5 both go to 6. I'll take this back, and our next hit will come down to the 1600 level. We'll take 2 big hits like that. Our third hit will come down. So we're kind of playing with fire here, but we need to cover back. When you're going to recover in this thing, you can't just come straight down and do it again. I could draw it down 3 separate times. I'm going to do it this way instead, though. Here we go. That was a beautiful freaking throw. Beautiful throw, 426. That was what I want, man. I want that one. That one's got to be the one. Good release, good flight, good landing, good result. That was like where it's at. All right, 5 1/4 on that one. 450 on the number. Now we're going to come down. Let's do it like this. We'll take the top half away. We'll come down here at, oh my God, I can't reach anything. 150 per number. I need 200 in greens. All right, we're going to bring back 1, 2, 3 new purples. And a couple hundred and change. All right, here we go. We got some of that money back. Not quite home. Not quite home yet. Do the same thing here. We'll do. We'll probably just do 2 levels here, and then run for the hills. What's out there right now is 900, right? So I'm still upside down my rack by a fair amount. But we're going to shoot our way out of this mess. Let's go. That looked nice. It's a 7 though. Bummer, dude. Bummer. All right, we're gonna leave it right there. We're not gonna chase anymore. I don't think. Let's see where we're at in the rack. Let's take a look. What's our number look like here? We're at 3,500 plus 3 and change. Yeah, we're almost. We're a little better than $1,000 down. And that was actually a pretty good shot right there. We had our 4 hits. Not the worst outcome, but I kind of want to go again. What do you think, guys? Should I go again? The buffering is happening again. Damn it. Are we buffering again? I had a great connection this morning. That sucks. If I'm buffering, that sucks. Let's see. You're doing a Patreon show later. Shameless plug. That's cool. Glad to see it. All right. Well, we're gonna keep going. Buffering will fix itself, I hope. But let's get on. Let's get on with it here. I kind of want to do one more shooter, just to get through it, and then yeah, I'm gonna do one more shooter. I'm gonna put it all on the line here. One more shooter. Let's do it. We'll just do another straight up drawdown. This time, though, if we draw it down correctly, we'll be back to even at least. let's get even and call today a win. That's what I want to do. I want to get to a basic win. So there's $1,800. Today is a tie as a win kind of a day, I think. Got to work this toss. I got to keep throwing to get it right. And after I'm done with this, we'll do a little bit of leverage play, a little bit of regular, the new thing. Try and use our wins to make more wins. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. We're coming out. New shooter. New shooter. Same guy. All right, here we go. Here we go. Coming out. That's nice. That's nice. It's an 8.62. Man, that was a good throw. I think if Ed's still listening, what I'm going to do when we start practicing, and what I've always wanted to do is take this tact of like, yeah, we're going to use Bone Tracker. And we're going to, obviously track every single result, right? But somewhere along the line, I'm going to keep a separate tally of how many throws were good throws. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know, obviously, if I'm throwing well, is it working? Like, am I getting the results off of good throws like you're supposed to? But I also want to know how often can I actually get a good throw off? Like, how many times am I actually on the right flight path in the right landing zone with the right kind of action? I want to know how many times I can, quote unquote, pull it off. And then of those, which ones are good? So I'm gonna try and keep some separate books, and just for curiosity's sake, because I want to know just how effective I am at getting the dice where they got to be. All right, there we are. Point is 8. Let's get her done here. But like today, I've probably had maybe, I don't know, out of all these throws, out of 20 throws, probably 5 that I would actually say are good quality throws. There's an 8, that's 350. We'll do a straight up drawdown. So one hit, and we'll spread them. I'll take this back to the rack here. This $300 becomes greens. All right, there we go. Draw it down. I'm going to take these as purples. There's 1,000 in purple. So we're bringing back basically 350 plus 900. We took 900 off the table in our 350 profit. So we bring it all back. Bring half of it back anyway, and we're in good shape, except for the fact that the puck went off, right? Too quick of a point there. Now we're going to come back out, catch a new point. What happened? Oh, I put in a 7. Dumbass. Sorry, I put in the roll tracker. I put a 7 in instead of a 8. I was telling you before, like the roll tracker results here aren't very accurate because sometimes I screw up. So it's going to show a PSO on that guy, even though it wasn't really a PSO. Oh, well. That's a great throw. That was a great throw. It's a midnight. Lovely throw, though. Just a lovely piece of work. 6-6. Soft. Barely touched the wall, sat still, beautiful. And follow that up with one that bangs off the top of the wall. So there you go. That's what I'm saying. Like my delivery is not perfect, right? 6, it's a 5-3. So that's what I'm saying. I've got to get to the point where I can get that last throw every single time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the point of it. And I've not been putting in the work at night to do it. So we're going to get back to that. Here we go. Point's 8 again. So the point's been 8 twice. Let's get our next hit. And that's a 5. 3-2. A little bit of a high bounce. Too straight down on that one. 150, though, pays 210, which is awesome. And I think we're going to be okay. Okay-ish. I'm going to pull this down. We may go back out there and play a little more. There's $300 in green. Take me down, dealer. There's 500. There's 500. So the rack is not quite rebuilt, but we're working on it. We got 300, 400. Yeah, we are literally, put all that together, we're $10 down, or no, we're 65. We're $65 down. No, there's that. We're 70 or $50 down. $50 light of our starting bankroll. Calling that a win. Calling that a win. We'll lose $50 today, and I'm fine with it. I'm gonna have to be okay. Let's head back over to here, and we'll say good morning to y'all. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna get the other light turned off, and wow, good to see y'all here. I know it's post Christmas, and maybe some folks are actually working. I'm not sure if you're working or not, but glad to have you here. I see that JR is here, and Nemo's here, and Tom is here. Risk with more risk, like letting fire with fire. You know it, right? Yeah, you know what? Some days on this thing, there's so many ways to recover, right? The two-hit drawdown is a great strategy, right? The Dallas drawdown is how I made all the money. It's how I play on my own real life coffee runs. It's what I do. There's going to be the days though where you have the PSO. You know what I mean? You're trying to dodge that more than you should, right? You should hit a PSO about 60%, 66% of the time. You're going to see the PSO happen like that, or the strategy itself will fail. In other words, that many times. Today we had a PSO, then we had the 7 out on the second level. We had both bad situations. That will happen, right? As long as you get the 2 hits about 75% of the time, that's not gonna matter. Like over the course of time, that levels out, plus you earn your money. It's about the long game on this one. And again, the reason why I'm working on the shot is to survive those 2 rolls, right? It's all about surviving those 2 rolls for right now. So anyway, that's all that said. Good morning, CCC is here. All right, let's talk about a couple of things. One is, and Ed, I owe you a phone call because I missed your call last night. We were eating dinner and watching Christmas Vacation. The reaction to the reaction, right? So Jimmy, Gambling with Jimmy reacted to Waylon's video of the Arnold, just basically tore it to pieces for whatever reason. A guy who can't do math says that math doesn't work on whatever. Anyway, Ed Ed did a great reaction to that last night. It was really kind of funny to watch. I lost it halfway through though, so I hit pause on the video while it was going, while he was live, and I came, and then it went videos private, and I couldn't see it anymore. So I didn't see the second half of it. I have to go back and watch the second piece of that thing. But you know me, I love the reaction videos. I love what's happening out there in the world right now. I'm a broken record, man. You know, I love Casino Tears. I love the reaction videos. I love the common sense craps. I love craps chat. I like all the things where we're not just rolling dice and logging numbers, right? That's important stuff. Like I think being transparent and practicing live and doing some strategy work live is good. Like I do here with the leverage stuff. It's important to do it. Sometimes it's hard to watch, right? I enjoy the storytelling. I enjoy the banter, right? And those things are funny to me. Not funny, but sometimes educational too. I like that. Me personally, that's my thing. So keep it up. Keep those shows coming, everybody. I'm going to play some more leverage style play today. We're going to keep working that strategy out. I'm going to have some other plays with it. I'll show you what I'm thinking today. We'll keep monkeying with it. And I'm start doing my DI practice sessions again live at night. I'm not sure when I'm going to start. Probably next week. Probably Monday of next week. I'll go for probably 72 rolls a night, somewhere around there. I'm going to build books of 720 that Ed Robinson has agreed to kind of go over with me and review the results. I'll be setting probably the hard way set to keep things easy and just logging all 720 with the same set. As I said before, I'm going to separately log how many of those throws were good. In other words, I'll keep two books. So I'm going to have a book of a raw 720. Like, here's what I actually threw. If we were in the casino, this is what you would have saw. I'm going to keep a separate book that's going to take longer to build of 720 good ones. And that means if I felt like my grip, release, landing, and all that was proper, like it all worked the way it was supposed to work, I'm going to log that one. I'm going to throw away all the shitty throws, right? Because what I want to find out with that, valuable or not, to me it's valuable, is, and I said this before with DI, with the DI stuff. A, is it possible? B, is if it's possible, can I do it? And C, if I can do it, what do I get out of it? Right. So that, to me, it's leveled, right? So can it be done at all? Right. Number one. And if it can be done, how often can I? How often can I get those perfect throws where the flight's awesome and they hit and die? How many times can I make them hit and die like that, right? That's the essence of it. You practice so you get the light toss, the perfect flight, the hit, and the die, right? When all that comes together, how many times in there does the result match? How many times of those shots are you in the, outside the pyramid getting good numbers? That's really what I want to know, right? Because I think that honestly is going to tell us a big part of the story of all of this, right? Is when it's perfect, when you do your job perfectly, right? When you exert influence over the dice and have that perfect set of landings, what happens? Can you really expect that to turn into something golden? That's what I want to know. So I'll have a 720 raw and a 720 quality, and I want to see if the quality ones outpace the raw ones. In other words, 720 throws as they come, it's going to be somewhere in the result matrix. 720, what I think are perfect throws, are they better? Did those perfect throws work out better in the result matrix? That's going to be super interesting for me, because that's going to be like, yeah, if we see that the SRR say go from like 6.7 or 6.8 to 7.5 or whatever, that's going to tell you a big story. It's going to give you the reason to practice, right? That's where I'm heading. So hopefully, again, I'll work in lockstep with Ed on some of that stuff. Gargoyle is going to help me out too, and really kind of lean into the things, right? Today, good example. I'm thinking, that's a great throw. Why can't I do it all the time? He's going to help me out and be like, dude, your wrist was cocked when you, I can't see that, right? You have the back camera there when you guys are watching behind me, and I'll go that scene. When I'm here and I'm throwing, you can see if my wrist is cocked or straight. I can't. I can feel it, but I can't see it. So my hope is that Gargoyle will be able to see that detail and make the corrections with me, right? And we'll get that thing dialed in. That's what I'm hoping for. So between the two, we'll get things working really well. So I can't wait to see what happens with it. And again, it's more impetus, more fuel for me to kind of keep going. So that's what I'm doing. That'll start probably next week. And you also should know this, that I will be in Vegas on January 11th. I'm going to be teaching at the Bridge Clinic that Casino Quest is doing. There, David has launched his system called the Bridge, which, in all honesty, is very similar to what I've been teaching. Like they're coming around from being complete degenerates to being smart over there. And by smart, I mean discipline, money management, bankroll tuning, understanding what kind of mental state you're in, all the stuff I've been talking about, right? If you're an aggressive player, conservative player, big bankroll, small bankroll, what is your goals? They're finally coming around to saying, let's look at all that and have you play a certain way. I've been telling you guys that for 5 years now, 3.5 years now, right? To kind of hone in on that. The strategies and ways that I play are tuned to the way I like to play, right? I'm conservative, relatively low bankroll, right? So I play a certain way. When I have bigger bankrolls, I have ways I like to play for that too. I like to match it all up. So they're doing that. They're mashing it all together. I'm going to teach part of that. I'll be down there once a month teaching with them. Our first one is going to be January 11th. So if you're in Vegas that weekend, come. I think it's $125 to come. It's a full day. It's a brunch. It's 3 hours of instruction. It's lunch. It's 2 hours of private table time or private instruction, dinner, and then we go to the casino and play. It's like a 9-hour day. So if you want to do it. I'll see you out there for that. It's the first stage of me transitioning into working with them, maybe teaching the cybersecurity side, the surveillance side, getting into the Casino Quest fold, teaching some dealer stuff, and potentially helping run those clinics full time. So, and of course, being a dealer. So that's all happening soon. So if you're there, I'll see you. That'll be kind of fun. All right, let's see. What is going on here? I'm looking at some other stuff here. I'm just looking at at some of the chats and we say Ed was damn hilarious though. Yeah, Ed, I love Ed's demeanor in those reactions. And Joe is saying, unfortunately, the Ed Jimmy spat um, drives more people towards Jimmy, and people learn the wrong ways. Now, I saw this in chat last night. Somebody, I'm not sure if Ed saw it live, but in the chat last night, somebody said, well, I think it might have been Duracell. Why are we giving this guy any airtime? You're just sending people to him. I think it's important, though. You know, I think it's important. Ed says here, you think that happens? I don't know. People love to dream and dream stupid. Those folks gravitate to the big promise videos. This is the epidemic that we saw a while back, right? This is like Bone Tracker or Bone Thrower. Remember Bone Thrower? A lot of it, and Jimmy again. Jimmy's got like 7,000 subs because every video is the only way to win. I win 500K a year playing blah blah. It's all bullshit. We know that, but people want a dream. I talked to my friends a lot, right? Ed and Gargoyle and Jeff and others, Ian, Jen, about the slow growth of our channels, right? My ProCraps is at 7,000. That's fine. This channel's at like 2,500. It's growing so slowly, and I think it's depressing to me when I see a video go out that says how I made $500,000 a year in the casino, which we all know is a stroke job. And that video that Jimmy puts out will get 5,000 views and it'll pick up 250 subscribers with it. I'm putting out a video that says how not to lose your ass. Here's how you manage your bankroll. Here's how you match your heart, the way that you are as a person to the way you need to play to not get your ass kicked. It gets 50, 60 views, right? My videos do nothing. Nobody gives a shit, right? The 50 of us here today care, and we're telling our friends about the things we're learning here on this show, but nobody really cares about that, right? YouTube is all about being viral and selling a dream. And these guys, the bone throwers and the Jimmies are selling a dream. If you make 500K a year, like Ed said last night, what the fuck are you doing on YouTube, right? Trying to make 77 cents a video and selling your system for $29.95, right? If you made 500K a year and you're being altruistic about it, you give it away, right? You want to help people? Do YouTube for free like the rest of us do. We're not charging for this. We're just giving up our time, right? That's what you do. If you're making 500K a year, you're supposed to be giving back, not trying to make $25 a month off of somebody. That to me is kind of ridiculous. The claim is ridiculous, and the way he's going about it is ridiculous too. So I like the fact that Ed went out there and called him out, even if it sends people to him. You go out there to a guy who doesn't know, who did this, by the way. And Ed, the funniest thing I saw last night was when Jimmy did this. And I'm not. And if you didn't see the video, this is what he did. He put $25 on the pass line. Right, the puck is off. He did 25 on the pass line. He rolled the dice. I'll roll the big clown dice. He rolled a 6. Right. He turned the puck on and he moved the pass line bet to the fucking 6 like that. Y'all see that? He moved the pass line bet from here to here when he was playing out the Arnold last night in that video. I can't believe I saw that. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, we know the guy can't pay his own bets because he gets the numbers wrong, right? That move, when he did that and demonstrated last night, I could not even believe it. You're going to take anybody who goes there based on the title of the video, watches a guy do that, or watches a guy not know how to pay a 5, or watches and here's a guy who, again, lies to you and says, when you make a come bet, the number has to hit twice. Bullshit. That's a shitty argument. It's actually the worst way to explain how come betting works. It's a lie. I'm not saying come bets are the best way to play, but that statement's a lie. And here he goes. Doesn't know how to work the pass line. Doesn't know how come bets work. Can't pay his own bets. People shouldn't be taking advice from a guy like that. And I think all of us need to be calling him out. We all need to call him out. Okay, Gargoyle, same thing, right? People are drawn to unrealistic dreams and scams, but they don't want to hear the truth. The truth of this is that every strategy loses. The truth of this is that you're always fighting from behind. The only way to win in the casino, and we know this, you've seen me talk about it, you've seen the guys talk about it, Jeff and Gargoyle talk about it, you've seen them talk about it. Everybody talks about this in our community, right? The only way to win is to get to the cage. The only way not to lose is not to play, right? The Dallas drawdown, I love that strategy. Why? Because it wins in 2 rolls and I'm done. I'm not going to sit out there and work the freaking puppet master strings for 3 hours trying to make hot bets work on some magical angel telling me what to bet on thing. That you can't do, right? Some people refuse to believe that. Some people are waiting for the nugget that's going to be like, if you see banker, banker, player, banker, 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 player, banker, and you put your whole paycheck on the bank because Jimmy said so, that's a recipe for disaster. You got to be careful who you listen to. So there it is. There he is. Be careful who you listen to. All right. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm going. I didn't mean to go off on that. It just kind of happened. Let's see. Vegas Day Tripper must be here. I see that. Day Tripper. Yeah. We got a chance to talk over the weekend. It was good to get to spend some time on the phone with you, buddy. Let's see. Who else is here? Do I need to say anything else, or should I just go play? Exposure to Jimmy from Ed's React. There you go. Just be careful who you get your information from. That's all we're gonna say. Be careful who you get the information from. All right, let's go back there and play. Let's go. I'm gonna turn the other light on. I'm gonna go to the box view, and we're gonna leverage up a little bit again. I'm gonna take some time, and we're gonna keep working this leverage strategy. Actually, I'm gonna go switch the scene. I'm gonna do the one where I have the words up there. So give me a second. We're gonna go. Hold on a second. The table with the keynote, and that's that one. So the leverage play we've been messing with, right, is kind of this take on what Jacob has done. Right? So Jacob did the ultimate hybrid, right? Remember the ultimate hybrid video? I love this one, where he basically says, look, we're going to put some money on the dome. And I know Gargoyle is going to get triggered here, but here's what Jacob does, right? Let's just take an even number, okay, $200 on the dome, okay? We catch a point like the 6, okay? You have 200 here, you play 200 up there. It's an even hedge, right? The 7 comes, whatever, you tie. That's the nature of hybrid play, right? But if it doesn't tie, right, what you're going to do is get to take your wins and start creating your next bet series. So you take your wins from up here, and you press a little bit if you want to, but really you're taking to the rack and you're saying, look, my next don't pass, if I win $35 on the 8, my next don't pass is going to be $20 bigger. And I'll save 15 for profit. And he kind of builds up 2 sides of his rack. I love the idea behind that. I think it's a really cool idea. I'm going to try it. I've been trying it here. The same idea, which is take your wins, build up your next bet series from your win. And yes, you're going to ladder your losses, but you're going to ladder losses only using wins off the table, not laddering losses using money you brought. And that's kind of the idea here. So what I'm going to do is this. If you'll bear with me, I'm going to change my rack out. And I'm going to go, I think you guys probably can't see it. I'm going to move this over here. I'll put this money in the cum. There's a rack of dough in the cum. And we're going to use, I'll throw the dice for real today as we do this. And we have in here 5 slugs of 160. We're going to go 160 across. And how I'm going to do it is this. We're going to take the 160. Okay. I'll put her out there. We're going to go 160 across. We're not going to play the line today at all. We're just going to play. I'm just going to play the numbers. That goes to the bank. And I'm going to take my next shooter's money is here. So I've got 5 shots at this, right? 1 is in play. 1 is the next one. Okay. And I've done this a number of ways, right? The first way that we did it was basically 160 across. I took a third of a win, put it on the number that won. I took a third of the win, put it towards the next shooter. I took a third of the win and saved it as profit. Okay. That was the first day we did it. The second day we did it, I regressed the number. I took a hit, like let's say on the 8, and it went from 35 all the way down to $12. So we took a bunch of money off the table, and I split that money between the next bet and the profit. Today, we're just going to basically press the numbers so they pay $50 each, and then start splitting wins. And so it's going to be kind of a giveaway the first one, and the second ones you'll see how I do this. So let's go ahead and play it out. Move this out of the way, and let's go. We're going to turn this puck off and just watch how the money moves in the rack. So here again, 1, 2, 3 shooters remaining. The 4th shooter's out here. The 5th shooter money is here. I only have enough for 5. Instead, I'm not playing for 10. I'm playing for 5, not for 10 shooters, just because of time. Okay, 160 per. So we have 800 bucks there in the rack. All right, here we go. Let's come on out. And again, I'm gonna work my toss a little bit while we're doing this. And let's watch the money move in the rack. And I want you to get your reactions in chat as to how we're moving the money around and see if this thing starts to make some sense as we go. I'm just gonna shoot hard ways. I'm not gonna try and change set, but I'm gonna work on my toss a little bit. So here we go. There's a 7 on the come out. 6-1. Okay. That was nice. 4. That was so freaking nice. Gosh, that would have been on the. Oh, she had like a nice list and a naughty list. That was a nice, beautiful toss. I know y'all can't see the landings down here, but just trust me. All right, so we're on a point of 4, and watch how we do the bets. The 4 and the 10 actually will stay where they are because they already pay 50 bucks. The rest of them, you'll see if I can get some hits. We'll make them pay 50, and then we'll start doing the split. Here we go. I'm going to alternate until that happens, if I can get a good roll here. All right, we got an 11, 6-5. So nothing happens. Here we go. Nice looking toss. It's a midnight. Look at this. Remember how I was playing the ATS last week, right? I won't do it today just because it's just too kind of distracting. But maybe we should get a box hit, huh? What do you think? A little split. It's a 3. My God. 11, the 12, the 3. We have 0 box hits so far. If I'm Bo Parker, what am I doing, folks? In chat, tell me. If I'm Bo Parker, what am I doing? What am I doing if I'm Bo Parker? I'm turning my bets off, right? All these horns, turn the bets off. Come on, John. Nice looking toss. It's the aces. Oh my gosh, we got the 11, the 12, the 2, and the 3. We got all the extremes. Boy, this is a crapless wet dream right here. My gracious. Give me a box number. Give me a box number, Johnny. Come on. Wow. There's a 10. All right. That pays 50 for 1. I don't have any whites. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to take 5 whites just to have in the rack so I can do this. 50 for 1. All right. So that pays 50 for 1. So what we're going to do whenever we get a $50 win, okay, we're going to split it. 50 bucks goes towards my next shooter's money, or 25 bucks goes to my 25 bucks goes back into the main rack. Okay. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to split the $50 wins that way. Once we get $50 wins on numbers, we're going to try and get black chip wins out of them. So I might give a little bit more juice out there to the ones that hit after we've collected like that. There's a 7. It's not going to matter anyway. 6-1. That was a terrible throw. All right, so I'm going to take this. We have 160 out there, okay? My next shooter was set for 160, but we got the extra quarter. Okay, so this money is that money. I'm just going to put it right out there. The extra 25 bucks, we'll take it like this. And we'll take the 25 hours, the extra 25, and let's give it to the 6 and the 8. They will now pay 50 for 1. Take the dollar back. Okay, so we're going to have 50 for 1 here, 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 and here. Okay. Pull the next shooter's money up. And again, I'm going to have to be a shooter to make this thing work, right? I can't just, I mean, this way of playing is not going to work if I can't make any freaking throws, right? So ultimately, the strategy itself is going to fail. Not because it sucks, but because I suck, right? So I'm going to take ownership of the throw. But we're going to see if leveling up the bets from whatever comes off the table is a viable way to ladder losses. That's what this is really kind of an experiment in laddering losses a different way than just bringing a ton of money. Waylon brings $5,000 so we can ladder losses from his rack. I'm trying to ladder losses here from wins. So we're going to see if we can use the wins to ladder. Again, it's an experiment. We tried it last week. I'm going to give it another few days and another few options to see how it works. That's a 6 for the point. And see if we like it or not, right? If we don't like it, we'll stop doing it. But for right now, let's give it a shot. Here we go. Got some bets out there. 4 of them will pay us 50 bucks. Let's go. If we can avoid disaster. There's a 9. 6, 3. So watch this. The 9 is going to pay 35. We're going to give it 10. It will now pay 50 for 1. I'll take the quarter. And the first time, I'm going to put it up here as part of the next bet. Okay? The next one, I'll split. Or I'll go the other direction. Again, I'm just going to try and find interesting ways to ladder up the next bet. Here we go. Must get more than 1 hit, though. We can't sit here and get PSOs all day long, right? There's a 10. That's going to pay 50 for 1. There's the 1. There's the 50. And again, we're going to take 25 towards profit time, 25 towards the next bet. This will make sense if we get hits that are meaningful enough to kind of raise things up next time. Here we go. 6-1 freaking 6. God, John, I suck today. 6-1-7. All right, well, that's it. We're going to lose. I'll take these down. There's 160 out there. 150, 160. That pays for the bets. We earned an extra 50 bucks this time. Okay, so we have options here. We can make the 6 and 8 go to 48. What I'm going to do is take the 50 bucks. We'll take that 25, like last time, and again, we'll make the 6 and 8 at 42. We'll take the 5 and 9, both to 35. I'll keep $5 for the next time, right? I'll pull the next 160 up. Now, everything pays 50 for 1. So what's happened here is this. We've leveled up. We've laddered up our bets, right? We're chasing loss by laddering. But we never dipped into our reserves, right? We brought enough money for 5 cracks at it, for 5 bullets. Every bullet is a unique bullet. They're only 160. But the bets out here are 204 across because we took money from the table and used that to make the next bullet a little bit bigger. That's all we're doing. We're still laddering, but we're laddering from money came off the table. And if you're going to throw PSOs, it doesn't matter what you do, right? Let's try and get a little bit better at the throwing side of this thing, and let's see if we can't make it happen. The nice thing here is that everything is paying 50 bucks. I can split quicker now. There's an 11, yep. We'll have a quicker split. You'll see what I mean by that in a minute. We're going to go right to 50-50. I don't have to press anything up until the next hits. We'll do that. 7, come out 7. Again, not sure I'm loving this yet. It's just a interesting idea. Let's go with this here. All right, here we go. 11. Man, I can't get nothing here. 11, 7, 11. If you're doing the pass line parlay, by the way, if we were doing this, right, that was the 11. That's the 7. And here's the 11. We're already at $200 on that bet, right? If we were pass line parlaying this thing, like the other part of the strategy was, we'd already be at a $200 pass line bet. Waiting for magic. Here we go. 9. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's make this damn thing work. All righty. Here we go. We've laddered up our losses from the profit. Does it matter? Does it matter? Can I shoot my way out of this mess? Nope. Oh, I did. That's a 6. I thought it was a 7. It's a 6. All right, great. 50 for 1. There's 1. There's 50. And we'll split it. Half here and half here. Eventually, we're going to build up another bullet, right? Eventually, we might build a bullet up. We'll see. All righty. Come on, John. Nice and easy. That was beauteous. Another 6, 4, 2. All righty. 4, 2, 6. Again, it pays 50 for 1, which is awesome. Now, we've already collected on that once, right? We can do this again, right? 50 and 50. There's no need to be super aggressive here, okay? We could start spreading it out, right? Put an extra 12 bucks on the 6 or whatever to make it look like we can make the 6 go to 60 next time, which I'll probably do. You know, let it have some extra juice if it hits the third time. But really, we're just trying to same bet our way and build up the bank. We're not trying to build the numbers up so high. We're trying to build the bank up. Okay, there's a 10, 6, 4, 10 on the end. Again, 50 for 1. There's 1. There's 50. We're just going to split it. Profit side, next shooter. Every time. If I build a new bullet up, by the way, if I can get this to look like 160 back here, I might actually press up. Here we go. Oh, not a great rollout there, but that's a 8, 5, 3. 50 for 1. Put that over here for the next. Try to build the new bullet up. Look at that. Look at the next bet. Pretty nice, right? Over here, I'm going to make that a black chip, actually. I'm going to take 5 out of this next shooter because we bought a bullet back. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bullets, right? Those 2 losses are back now. Because I built a bullet up, I might actually start pressing a little bit, right? Let's get out of conservative mode. Let's put some money out there and let these things kind of ride up a little bit. Here we go. That is a 4 hard deuces. That was a beautiful shot. Again, 50 for 1. I will take this nickel and get some change for it so I have more ones. And again, we can build up the next bet. What I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to take this 50 bucks as nickels because we're going to go a couple of ways. I'm going to take the 4 and 10, make them both look like 40 bucks. I'll take the 20 bucks that's extra here, and I'll give that to the next shooter. I want to get them up a little higher. Not quite going to pay 100 yet, but I want them to start paying black chips now. So the next time we get a hit on a 4 or 10, I'll make them both pay blacks. Here we go. All right, we got the 7. Cool. 7 out. Let's take all this away. I'm going to make this look like 160 again. Back to the base level. Okay. So there's 160 on the felt. I'm going to take what we have set up for our next bet series. 150, 160. This replaces the 160. Now we also have an extra whatever here, an extra something. We have an extra 110. Look at that. You know what's going to happen there. We're just going to go in the inside and make the inside look like 220, right? So 220 in for the next shooter. See how powerful this is, right? You leverage up those losses a little bit, and they become bigger bets for the next time through. Now, if we have a good roll here, we're getting paid 75 in here, 70, 75, right? And 50 on the outside. Now we can actually go and build up quicker. So by leveraging those wins, even though we experienced a loss on the end result there, I think this is going to let us get back quicker. I think. Let's find out. Let's see if we can get some 4 or 5 hits in here. Really get a sense of what's happening. All right, there's a 5. Points of 5. There it's 4 and a 1. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's an 8. Great. All right, there's our next bullet. Okay, that's going to pay 70 bucks. I'll do 75 for 5 the next time through. Okay, so 70 bucks. I'm going to take the nickels over here for now in the profit side, and I will split the 50 that's extra between the next bet and the next trying to rebuild a bullet. Now I can pay 75 for 5 on these things and make a different decision as we go. Hopefully, right? Hopefully. Let's keep getting hits. Keep getting hits here. Another freaking PSO. It doesn't matter anyway. If you can't shoot, you can't win. Who said that? If you can't shoot, you can't win. That's me today. Can't shoot today. So we get nothing out of that. That sucks, man. That really sucks. We got nothing out of that one. I burned the whole bullet. The nice big leveled up bets, we burned the whole thing because I got no shot, no shooting prowess today. We're gonna go back again at 160, I guess, one more time here with $25 in kickers. So last shooter. This will be it. I gotta get to work here. So let's go 160. Man, that sucks. 160 and 42 on the 6 and 8. Gee whiz. With a buck change. All right, man. If you're going to PSO, it doesn't matter what you're playing. Which tells me really we should be playing this thing Jacob's way anyway, right? You should be playing it from the don't and not worrying about it. Coming out. Ooh, split. 6. 6. 4, 2. All right. Let's make it happen this time. Come on, Johnny. Make it happen. Heart 8. 4, 4, square pair. That pays 50 for 1. There's our next bullet. And the sister, let's see, minimum. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Jen, you're right. They're powerful for the casino, but people do it anyway, right? People are pressing. It's the same thing as like, if you're going to press your wins out there and get burned by a 7, they're still getting your money, right? You're still getting your wins either way. You just have to hope that when you are leveraged up, that your timing is good. That that's the time that you catch a good roll, right? Or a decent roll. There's a 6-5 yo. My timing today is horrifying. Horrifying. Let's go. That's a good looking toss, Johnny. It's a good looking toss and 7. So I've PSO'd on these 5 bullets, right? I mean, we can, I say this all the time, right? We can poo-poo how bad a strategy is all day long when I lose, but none of this is the strategy's fault. All of this is the shooter's fault, right? Like, if I was playing from the don't, different story, right? But here I am PSOing every single time, right? I think 4 of these 5 shooters I PSO'd only had 1 hit on, right? Which, again, normal, right? That's not something that should surprise anybody, right? That you're going to see 0.7 outs and quick shooters. You shouldn't hopefully see them that often, though, right? It's like 4 out of 5 shooters today was bad. There's one. We have 1 bullet left and a little bit of extra, right? So I shot myself out of contention today. Again, I'm gonna come back over here, and we'll stop the show. And I'll keep talking to y'all. Shake it off, reset, start over. No guarantees on anything. Yeah, for sure. Again, playing this way, where it makes sense is this: you could bring enough for 10 shooters, right, and just go 160 every single time, right? Or if you're bringing maybe you're bringing enough for 20 shooters. So you're doubling that up, right? First shooter, you go out, you lose 160, and then you go out 320. You lose that, you go out 640. You lose that, right? You're going to Marty up, or you're going to level up at least 160 each time. So 160 to 320 to 480 to whatever, right? You could do it that way. You could ladder up a full ladder from your rack, from your ATM machine. You can do it that way. You can play 160 across, you can half press, which means you're leveraging your wins in the moment. Every bet gets bigger as it goes, right? You're hitting what's hitting, you're trend betting, all that stuff. You're pressing as you go. That's also using leverage. It's using your money to make the bets bigger. If you lose that, you go back out at the small level again. What we're doing here is saying, instead of pressing the bets in the moment, we're going to save the money for later. If we 7 out and we aren't at profit yet, we'll go back out with a much bigger set of bets, but it doesn't impact the money we brought. We're going to have a bigger double-sized or triple-sized set of bets fed by the wins that we got off the table. So we're going to ladder up the losses, but not from our starting bankroll. That's the notion of it, right? I like the notion of that. I haven't been able to execute it because I can't fucking throw today. And last week too, I was having horrible days throwing. I've been throwing so bad that I can't get it. I can't even get a look at what it's going to look like because I'm PSOing. That tells me, A, it's risky. B, I should be playing it from the don't. If I'm going to do this, I should be playing it hybrid style, right? Jacob's got it right. We should play this way from the don't side, not as a pure right side play. The pure right side play, there's not enough here, right? Unless you're getting 4 or 5 box hits every single time, there's not enough juice there to make it happen, right? I think that's the lesson to be learned, that Jacob was right from the start. I don't think this thing can work pure right side. That's how as I'm playing it, that's how I'm feeling with it, right? And you're right. There's not enough bankroll. Well, that's kind of ludicrous right there, Jen. Yeah, yeah, you do. And I think that is the Dallas drawdown to me. That's the headless horseman. That's a hybrid play, right? If you're trying to survive and take advantage of the short rolls. I think you have to either take advantage of the short rolls or just, like I say all the time, bring enough money to burn, and let's let 160 light on fire every single time. You know, which is kind of what we did anyway. We basically burned 160 every single time. We burned a little extra about it. Tracking the results, yeah, for this for sure. Jen, tracking the results here is this: loss. I just basically PSO'd every single freaking time. But yeah, I will run some trials with this. I may even have Dice Data just do some trials with me on this. I think there's merit to the idea of laddering loss in general. There's merit to the idea of laddering loss not from your starting bankroll. If you can ladder loss using only profits, that's better than laddering loss from your money you brought. But what we're seeing, of course, right, is that 1 hit, 0 hits, 1 hit, 0 hits, 0 hits. You're not going to win no matter what you do, right? That's just bad shooting, and it is what it is. So let's see. Yeah, I wouldn't. I should have said Marty. I meant to say Dylan Bear, not Marty. If you're gonna Marty, you please, for the love of all that's holy, don't Marty. Don't Marty the box bets. Don't Marty across bets. You're gonna be insane. I would ladder it up, and maybe it's a 5 level. Maybe you go from 160 to 320 to 480 to 640 to 760, and that would be or 750. That's as far as I'd go with it. And even then, you need like 5K. To get it done. I wouldn't do that, right? I don't think anybody who's sane would do that, right? This system here, though, where you take the wins you pull off the table, allows you to kind of do it. That one time out there, we actually laddered up to 220 in. We were at 280 out there, right? Just off the wins. You can do that if you're going to take those wins and make it do. But honest to God, there's no way that I would do that full time from the bankroll. Anyway. Let's check questions. If there's any questions, we'll hit them real quick. Otherwise, I'm going to get to work. So let's go here and do my Q&As here. Check for any Qs, any good questions. Let's see. John, move my camera to the left. Can't see your dice setting before the show. Oh, you can't. Okay. I can. Let me just do a quick little change here. Let me go to this view. Not that one. You want to see this view, the DPC. Hold on. Table view? Yeah. So if I go here, let's see. Just give me a thumbs up real quick if you can see the dice. Yeah, so right now I'm setting and I'm throwing from here. You can't see that set. So if I do this, and like a little bit of angle, just I want you to still see the end of the table. So if I come here and there, now you can see. I don't know if you can see the set because the dice are so small, but you can see my grip at least. If I do this, you can see my grip. I'll have to change it when I'm on the other side. But yeah, if you can see that, that'll at least give you, because I get pretty close to the edge here. I don't like to be out here. So from here, even then, it's almost, I gotta move it. There's not enough cord to get us there. Hold on. How about that? There we go. Is that better? And if I'm up here where I like to be, you can still see the flight, I think. So that's probably okay. All right, let's do that. Cool. Cameras move, Gargoyle. That's good. What else is being said out here? Good. Let's see. No other cues. Let's check PCs. Any PCs for me? Let's see. Stop mentoring the guy. Oh, stop mentioning the guy. I never watched his videos, but I hear about Jimmy. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Jen says it'll fail because it's right. Again, I know you don't like it. You don't have to like it. It's okay. It may just suck, but I don't see the difference between this and laddering. Honestly, if you're going to ladder from your bankroll or ladder from your wins, it's still a ladder, right? I just feel like it's better to ladder from here than from there. I think it's better from the don't. I think that, yeah, I think it's better from the don't. Jacob does it. He does it every time. You watch his videos, he does it every single time. He's either splitting it or he's doing thirds every single time. He's moving money all over the place when he does it. But again, I'm not getting more than one hit. So what am I going to do, right? If I can't get more than one hit, it doesn't matter what I do, right? It's all going to fail. If I'm right side, I'm getting one hit, it's going to fail every single time. Not much I can really do about that. You actually see a landing zone instead of the horn prop bets window. Okay. I can't really zoom into the landing zone. I tried. I can show you what I mean by that. When I go here, Jen, let's go to this view here. If I zoom into the landing zone, which is over on the left-hand side, it gets so fuzzy that you can't see it. And what happens is that one camera that's doing that gets overloaded because you're using the camera 3 times and it gets really jumpy. I did try doing that to get in there. All I can do is either give you the top view like this where you can see it all. And again, on that other view, when I was over here doing this, when I was here, this view, you can't see the landing zone at all, right? This is the one you're probably talking about. This one here, this screen, by the way, I set the screen up so I could do this. So I could like teach a strategy, right? And had the bet zoomed in, not to roll from. I'm rolling from it for convenience sake. But yeah, normally this screen here would be like a teaching screen, not a rolling screen. This would be more the rolling screen that you're used to seeing. So when I can go back and forth, I suppose, as we go through that. I wanted the words up there, I guess. So anyway, let's see. What else is the last comment here? Jen says, the difference with laddering is you ladder down. Right. Yes. This one here, again, the leverage play is designed to say, look, I took my losses, I laddered them up. Now I'm getting $70 instead of $30 per win. Stay there, right? It's just like the daily paycheck thing, right? Where we got to the bigger bets and the bigger wins. We stayed at those levels, and we didn't come down, right? The drawdown itself comes down, but then you're done. That doesn't mean the next day's buy-in is smaller, right? So I'm just trying to work it out in my head. Like one of these things where over coffee, it makes sense when I think about it. When I roll it out, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? And that's like kind of the, in full disclosure, it's one of these things about this show and this game that I love so much is like, it doesn't always work the way you think it's going to work. Like it makes sense. Then you roll it, you go, it's not working. Why does it, there's no way that can't work, but it never hasn't worked once yet. So, it may be just throw it in the trash can and start over again. It may just be that. It may just be that bad of a thing. Just kill it now. I like it from the don't better, which is funny because you actually are setting yourself up to tie more often. But man, I can't get it. I can't get past roll 2. It's hard to judge it, but I can't get past roll 2, and that's why I keep trying it, because if I can't get past roll 2, I don't have anything to base success on. You know what I mean? That's where I'm like struggling with it, and I don't know how else to get through it. I want to keep doing it to say, okay, on a good run, does it do what it's supposed to do? On a bad run, we know it sucks, right? Like everything else does. But what happens when it works? I haven't gotten a throw past 2 or 3 except for the one time last week. So that's it, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go hang out with the family for a little bit. I have a Friday Follies tomorrow. We'll have some, maybe do some crapless. I might do some roulette. I haven't decided yet. It'll be a game time decision, but I'll see you in the morning for Friday Follies. In the meantime, hope you had a great Christmas. And until next time, God bless all y'all. And you have a great rest of your Thursday, a great rest of your week, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. What the hell?